45 degrees out. It's raining. We're hiking the Lost Valley Trail. This mil-spec poncho though certainly holds in the heat. Had to layer down already, but that's why you wear layers. It's a nice area out here. This is a mountain biking trail. Currently right now I'm on a service road double track thing. It kind of splits the loop in two. I ran into a squirrel hunter on the way in, and he went to the left at the fork, the beginning of the loop. So I agreed to go the other direction, stay out of his line of sight, keep myself from getting shot. This is a conservation area, so hunting is allowed in here. Although, as far as I know, deer hunting season is closed. And there's no worry about getting a bow and arrow stuck in you while you're out here. So we'll keep going as we climb up this little hill, and we'll see where we go. You can see here that we have a grouping of wild onion. It grows pretty prevalent out here. There's some down by that tree there, a little bit there. And it's kind of cylindrical in shape on the green stems, and definitely smells like onion when you break it. And there's a small bulb at the bottom that you can use. I like to put that in soups if I'm making soup out in the woods. I find it to be pretty tasty. This area used to be a munitions plant where they made like nuclear weapons and stuff. So there's a lot of neat artifacts still left here. A lot of fire hydrants that you're not really sure why, but that's kind of one of the neat things about coming out to this place, is you find all kinds of strange things. Well, if that squirrel hunter had come with me, then he would have found at least one as he hops off into the woods there. I found quite a few out here walking around, so they're definitely here, that's for sure. Now, what do you suppose this might be? Big chunk of concrete with what looks like rails spaced evenly. Obviously been here a while. In the middle of the woods. Rather creepy. What are they building out here? Who knows? Remnants of an age gone past the Cold War. Perhaps an answer will lie in these mossy covered ties. This appears to be perhaps an old rail line for moving equipment. There's a big pile of ties over here left to rot. Further back in there, like an old piece of iron or something. A wind cover, let's see. Definitely like old ventilation shafts at tops. Perhaps we're standing on a secret underground bunker. Or perhaps it's just crap in the woods, depending upon how big your tinfoil hat is. See what else we can find out here. You never know what you might see. As I come walking around this corner, 3 deer go running off. Of course, me being the brilliant person that I am, I was looking at my map at the time. And I didn't have the camera out. So let's see if we can see them back in here. Perhaps they didn't run off too far. Perhaps they did run off too far. Well, here we found some more remnants of the things that go on out here. Before it was a conservation area. Some sort of concrete structure. Nice, wonderful bone right there. Hope that doesn't belong to anybody. They might be missing it. A little bit more concrete in the back there. And out here, past the overgrowth, the road has turned to blacktop, or what used to be blacktop as it rots away. So, at some point we should be turning off onto a trail. That's coming up here shortly, I presume. And over here, looks like there was an old structure of some sort. Head back over this direction. Some sort of concrete foundation with some steel beams. So there was definitely a lot of work going on out here during that time, and they've cleaned it all up supposedly and shut it all down. Like a tiller of some sort down there. So, all kinds of interesting things to find out in Lost Valley Conservation Area. I just walked up on this little area here and stopped to look around. About 4 or 5 deer actually were laying down in here. And they got off and walked off, not really in a hurry. So, there's definitely plentiful deer out here. For sure, I've seen about 6 or 7 so far. It's thick brush in there, but sure you could find them. Now we've met up on the trail, the branch that goes to the western side of the loop. So we've pretty much split the middle. As you can see up here by these signs, we're making a turn to the east, and we may get off this road and get more into single track trails, although it looks pretty much like a fire road all the way down there. There's a fence gate right there. Obviously stuff is still going on out here, and they don't want you to get to it. So we'll keep heading down this road and see if we can't find some more deer and other strange things in the woods. I'm walking along. I've gone out in the woods a couple times in the spring, early spring, looking for deer antler. Never found one. Here's one lying in the middle of a service road. What of the luck? Some milkweed ovum, I believe. This is all open and wet, obviously, but you could use that for tinder if it was dry. Some nice little flash tinder. And it's pretty easy to spot with that white. Obviously, it stands out here with the browns, but obviously it's all wet. You'd be hard pressed to make a fire out here. Everything is wet as it is. Now this is 7 miles, and I have not gone 7 miles. I've gone less than that because I went up the middle and I didn't go all the way around on the loop. But it's nice to see the mile markers. The entire loop is about 10 miles, I believe. So based on that, we got about 3 miles left of hiking. So it's pretty easy right now. Still on this fire road. Hopefully it narrows up a little bit. But we've been running over here on the north side. I can't see it anymore, but there was a fence there. It's part of that chain link gate that we saw. And there's obviously something up that direction. I saw a road back on the other side of the fence, so they do something back there. But until then, we're just gonna keep walking down the road and enjoying the rain. Well, I had to stop to change batteries in my GPS and my camera. So I decided to talk a little bit about the gear that I brought. Now, as you can see, the nice thing about a poncho, and this is the USGI poncho. This is not a Rothko poncho. This is, I bought it at armygear.net. It's pretty nice. It goes over the pack, and that's one of the reasons why I like a poncho. As you can see, this Duluth pack that I have here has the cloth straps on it. And even if I had a pack cover, those cloth straps would soak up moisture, and then they would be wet against my skin. And, or, you know, keep me wet. And there's no reason to get the bag wet if you don't have to. Also, of course, the poncho, being the USGI poncho, it's got the grommets, so you could theoretically tie it out for a shelter if you wanted to. I've got a standard Guide design 38-ounce bottle. I drilled a couple holes in the lip, and you can kind of see there's a bale wire wrapped around there in case I needed to hang it or whatever. These are these cheap Walmart dry bags. They work well for organization, and you know, they do well for keeping things semi-dry. I wouldn't trust them in a you know, life-threatening area where I, you know, definitely had to worry about like water immersion, but for what I do, they're fine. I've got a fire kit, fire steel, and you know, the standard stuff, a roll of jute twine and a little bag of tinder. As you can see out here, everything is wet, so finding tinder would be a problem. So I bring my own, and I also have you know, cotton balls and Vaseline stuff. And I've just got, you know, some cold weather stuff, gloves and a hat and things like that. In my bag, I just brought some beef jerky, you know, an extra shirt, fleece. You gotta have beef jerky. I also carry an extra map. This one, you know, I printed these off at mytopo.com, but it's nice to have an extra map in case the one in my pocket gets lost or it gets wet. Or if I want to mark on it, I have a map that I could use again that wouldn't be all marked up. And mytopo.com does a pretty decent job, if I can get this to focus, of printing off the U.S. geological maps. For a knife, I just have a standard Moore clipper. It works very well, and I enjoy it. So we are going to pack back up, and we are going to continue down the road and see where it leads us.